You know, I have some very famous friends who are artists, and even Leonardo, he had to start somewhere. Who knows where your studies in the arts might lead you? Enjoy!
I'm Sue Davis and I'm your course coordinator for the arts. What we hope to do in this subject is to draw out your experiences in the different arts areas and to build your confidence in being able to lead learning experiences for others in the arts, both in schools and in non-school settings. What we believe is that the arts are very important kinds of communication systems and ways that we can express our feelings and ideas about the world, and that schooling or learning or experiences that don't include the arts are really limiting the range of options that students have for expressing their ideas and feelings. We know that some of you will come to this course with a range of very positive experiences and strong skills base in the arts and knowledge base. But we also know that some of you are probably feeling that you don't have a lot of skills and experience and you're not particularly confident. So what we're going to be doing each week is building your repertoire of skills, hopefully giving you some positive experiences in the arts, and then making links to different syllabuses and documents that you can therefore use to help plan learning experiences in the arts. So one of the things I want to do now is to just start looking at some of the documents that are currently around that you would need to be aware of, at least if you're going to start planning some learning experiences in the arts. Various syllabus and curriculum documents I'm about to show you, what they outline is what the system or various education departments have decided are the kinds of things that students should know and do by certain year levels or stages of schooling. Now, at the moment, we're in a bit of a state of transition. So in some cases, there's probably at least two different sorts of documents you might need to look at. It's all probably a little bit confusing to begin with, but if you start in one place and start with a particular activity in mind, then they can be easier to find your way through. But we'll just introduce you to them to begin with. Years ago, they launched the Arts Years 1 to 10 syllabus and a whole lot of other related documents. Now, the syllabus, for the first time, outlined what was important about learning in the arts in 5 areas. And those 5 areas, in the areas of dance, drama, media, music, and the visual arts. So in this actual syllabus document, and you can download a copy still off the QSA website, but it doesn't have this cover. What is still good to look at in here is this part in particular, the rationale, and it explains what the arts are, particularly the arts in schools, why they're important, and the different kinds of learning and thinking that occur in the arts. So I'd still recommend you take a good look at this. Then what happened is that for each of these 5 areas, then you had these things called learning outcomes. And with the learning outcomes, you had a level statement that said, by this level, these are the things that students should know and do. And then it teased it out into a set of 3 outcomes per art form, per level. And the first one was generally about making. The second was about presenting or sharing the work. And the third one was about reflecting on and responding to the work. Okay, now the other thing that's in this document that's still very much worth looking at is the sections at the end, which outline core content. So what these pages do is show you, so in an area like dance, what are the key components and how they build over different levels. So you start in level 1 with direction, level space, and then you move across and you build on that. So that's still important, those 3 aspects, direction, level, space, but then you build on them as you go up the levels. So I'd still have a close look at those sections on core content. And the area at the back on assessment is well worth a look at as well. Syllabus, there was also materials called sourcebook guidelines, and these were very good for teasing out what they called elaborations at each level. So at each level you would have the outcomes, the level statement repeated, and then in these elaborations it would tease out what that actually looked like, give you some examples. So it's still worth having a look at these sourcebook guidelines, and they can also be downloaded from the QSA website. But what I guess a lot of schools are using now, and once you actually start moving into schools, you'll hear them probably talk about, are these things. These are called the essential learnings. And these essential learnings have been developed across the 8 KLAs, and they are for years 3, 5, 7 and 9. And what you'll have in each of those is a description at the beginning which says what it is at that level, that year level, that the arts should look like, what kind of learning occurs, and then they tease out the ideas of ways of working and knowledge and understanding, and at the bottom of the first page it tells you what the accessible elements are. So then inside you have these ways of working, and they are like processes, key processes in the arts area, and then underneath that you have knowledge and understanding, and these are organised under the 5 headings: dance, drama, the same as in the syllabus, media, music and visual arts. These are also available on the QSA website, and I suggest that you download all of the ones for the arts for 3, 5, 7 and 9. Okay, so that's all the documents. I guess the thing is, each week as you experience different learning experiences in the arts, in our sessions, then go and have a look at the relevant documents, particularly the syllabus and the essential learnings, and if you're in early childhood, in the early years guidelines, and try and find out where that activity would fit, what it would fit with. And that's a way to start becoming familiar with those documents. At this stage though, at the beginning of the course, what we'd like you to do is to reflect on your experiences in the arts, good, bad or indifferent, to think about what are the kinds of experiences you've had both in schools and outside of schools, and to actually do some reflecting on that. Write that down. Do a river reflection, or just write in prose form, but just have a think about what your experiences have been, and then to start looking around you, the world around you, at where the arts are. Because what you'll find is the arts are part of our everyday lives. Every day, the music we listen to, what we wear, the images that we surround ourselves with, all of these things reflect the arts and use the arts. So that's where we're starting at, week 1, reflecting on our own experiences, having a look around us in the world at where the arts are, and starting to think about how we can shape learning experiences for children in the arts. So we hope you enjoy the journey this term. It'll be a big one, it'll be an important one, and hopefully you'll find it very fulfilling. Thanks.